one person. Hello, welcome, thank you.
Alright, now this side over here is pretty messed up. So I'm going to take that down real quick with this 30 degree, and I'm going to have to switch gouges halfway through.
31.
That's about as far as I can go. I got to switch to 25. Too much stuff, I can feel it vibrating. Never good. I'm going to take out this side over here without getting my wing to touch that. Alright, let's see where we're at.
At 124, I want you to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I am the counterpart, the handsome assistant to Melissa. And we're making this thing today. But a little bit bigger. It is a multi-axis Christmas tree. I also, just like Melissa, just practicing, just messing around.
Any kind of tree.
We definitely want to put these together in some kind of arrangement.
Why don't you grab one of the spindles so they can understand how we start multi-axis practicing? No, I mean one of the spindles from the pile.
Spindles from the pile.
Between my delta and the grinding table.
Delta.
Sure, any of those. Yeah. This is how we practice. But this might not be the same fruit that I see every day when I go live. Oh, we don't have to break it.
Oh. All right. Sorry about that. This is what Melissa does during the day while I work upstairs. She practices this, but much smaller. She practices this, but a much larger, I should say.
They're the same concept?
Yeah, same exact thing. Just this is more aggressive angles. These are like, that's an aggressive angle right here. This one right here. But these are kind of simple angles, but this is very aggressive, kind of. But also, yours is very tall, and your axes aren't that far off. If this was shorter, and the axes were the same distance, you would see a lot more of a difference in these. Also, if you got these smaller, all these inner areas a lot smaller, like that one, it would look cooler too.
Thank you for explaining. You may continue with what you're working on
why,
now.
Thank you, lead turner.
Lead turner. Ooh.
All right, so I'm gonna make another one here, and then that might be it. I might flip it around to the other axis.
So for the folks that watch me turn during the day,
I'm gonna clean
the
this up
difference
actually right
is
here.
Nick is using an eccentric chuck, whereas I turn between centers, off center. And I believe that's how you accurately explain that.
There we go. Here, this one.
This is what we are going to be making today for you all.
Today, it's tonight.
But it's still today.
People are going to bed.
People are just waking up. Above.
No, the big ones. Back there.
So this is not up against the tailstock. The chuck is holding everything in place, as well as turning it off center. That is one kitchen accessory.
Alright. See if that's cleaned up. And it does, but I still get that crap in the middle there. So let me see if I can get that out of the way. One more on this side. I like it. Much cleaner. Right here though, that's annoying. Whatever, I'll just get sandpaper and get rid of it.
Oh, you have a catch. Bit of a catch here.
This little itty bitty gas off, but I'm hoping that when I go at this angle, it'll go away.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Let's turn to
how many RPMs?
700 right now.
Going down to 700 RPMs.
Just
so
for sanding.
Safely sand. Whenever you do multi-axis, circular twisted.
What's up, dude?
To sand in between each cut, or at least while you're on the same axis.
Okay. This is all right. What do you need? Oh, hi. It's kind of hard to sand this stuff because as it's turning, you hit surface, then you'll hit air, then you'll hit surface, then you'll hit air.
There's an overhead view of
Surface,
what it looks
air,
like.
surface, air, and well, the sandpaper wants to like shuffle, and I'm going to start with 180 because I think I'll be fine with that. I cut it pretty well. If I was a professional, that wouldn't have happened. That little line wouldn't have happened. Now I can probably go over it again to get rid of that line, but that might have been the wing of the gouge hitting the other wall, hitting the wall. Now if this doesn't work, yes, then I'm probably going to take it to take the gouge out of it again. Hold it here. Sanding is always the most fun. I know everybody likes to watch people sand. It's so satisfying to see people sand. It's actually my least favorite thing to do here. I really, really dislike it. It creates a lot of unwanted breathables. No, this is practice. It's good enough for me.
For those who are just joining, this is what Nick is making.
We're going to move it up to, I think we're going to do off. Oh, that's right. Brakes. This thing has a braking system. It won't start up until the brakes engage again. All right, we're going to go 1700. And then we're going to go up 1800. No, that's too much. 1700.
1700 RPMs.
Still hear a sound here. I don't like that. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's the workpiece that we have here. This table is vibrating. It's probably the gouge.
Tool holder.
One of them is vibrating. But 1675 is more than enough. So we're going to bring the tool rest a little closer. And I'm going to try right here to get to tackle this middle area, and then we'll switch acti.
Axes.
So I'm really just that wasn't good. Let's see what that was. What's up, dude? No. Yes, we are. The Braves are on tonight, so we're watching that. Alright. And then another cut. Now I'm going down looking from the top. Now I have this white thing down here so I can see the actual wood that I'm cutting, because it's really hard to see. I know Melissa always loves that when she's cutting this stuff. She comments on it.
I need to buy some black.
But now this gouge can't go any further because of how steep the wings are. So we're going to switch over to 25 and go a little deeper. Not 25, 30. But I have to watch out for this wing, because this wing might hit this wall. And when it does, it's not a big deal. I just have to go over it again. That was close. I don't know what that sound was. I didn't like it. Okay. This side. This. Flip it around. Any comments going on or what?
No. 429 viewers.
Alright, then I'm going to go at it again.
Everyone from around the world.
Now I've got the 25 degree. This is a very, very, very thin gouge. I'm going pretty far off the tool rest here for this thin gouge, and if I take too much, it'll it'll chatter like crazy, so I have to take very, very light cuts. I can already feel it cutting, like vibrating right now.
Hello from Maine.
Maine, awesome.
Says, tell him I like his flow.
Thank you.
So for those who are just joining and are curious, what Nick is doing here is multi-axis turning, and he's going to make this. All one piece. Good vibes, someone says.
Back in. Alright, let's see where we're at. a lot of scuff marks here. As you can see, I gotta go over this right here. You got the scuff marks, like not scuff marks, you have like cut lines I didn't get clear.
Somebody is asking, can we buy these somewhere? That'd be a cool desk price.
Most definitely, but they're not ready yet, as we are still busy making them, and also the tea candle holders for Pam's wedding. All right, so
they will
around.
Be available before Christmas this year. We can put it that way. But
ask them when. When is a good time to have these available?
Yeah, when would you like one? Because at the moment we are still inventing and creating, so we have yet to merchandise these just yet.
I really gotta watch out with my pinky. It's getting close to that.
You might need to find a new position altogether, or learn how to tuck your pinky under. Oh, like that.
Ah. See what's vibrating? Taking off too much. I'll move this a little bit closer, carefully not to touch the chuck. There. Now I'm going to go in. That's smooth. That's real smooth. Alright, I'm pulling out, sticking it back in. Pulling out, sticking it back in. Trying to find that right sweet spot to start this cut. There it is. I gotta watch out because I can't have that wing touch that wall. Otherwise I'll get a big mark. Alright, I suppose that is adequate. I still want to take out these lines right here. So I'm going to go through one more time, make a cut, and then also down here. This was probably from chatter. These lines right here was because it was bouncing off the wood.
Our interested person says, that's cool, do your thing. Around the holidays works great for a gift.
Alright, I'm going to sharpen this real quick.
Oh, let's follow.
This is at 25. Pull this. Remember, they can't hear you. Alright, forgot about this. Wait, I got it. 25, 25, 25, 25. Real quick, put it on there. Bring this close. Lock. Find the spot. And I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer to the wheel. Okay. Good. Lock. All right. Now I'm just gonna touch it. I'm gonna kiss it. I do not want to take a lot off it in any way.
We're just sharpening here.
Just a little tip, a little kiss. My eyes are going. I can't really see that. There we go.
Need the flashlight, spotlight.
No, I think all done. How much can they see with that thing blocking the light? Let's see, where are we? There we are.
It won't focus.
Got it.
Alright.
I think. Yep, looks good. Feels good. We'll find out if it's good. Oh yeah, very smooth. Real nice. Now that wing is getting close to the other side, so I have to kind of close the flute before it gets to hit that. And closing, pull it out. It's about as far as I can go in without making a mark on the other side. Oh, look how baby smooth that is. Well, a little bit there, but hopefully that'll come out when we finish. When we switch axes. Alright, one last pass over here. It's pretty much vibrating. It's hitting the wood essentially. Whenever it chatters like that, the gouge is bouncing off the wood, which means I'm riding the bevel, and upon misconception, is riding the bevel because the wood, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but you could potentially bounce it with little vibrations off of the wood if that bevel is against the wood. And especially here because, as you see, it's wood, now it's air. Now it's wood, now it's air. Air, wood, wood, air, wood, air. So if I'm cutting right here, I'm hitting wood, now I'm hitting air. Now I'm hitting wood, now I'm hitting air. If I'm pushing this way, well, then this is going to go down more, and then it comes around, and all of a sudden I'm going to cut into this area, which I don't want to. I only want to cut here.
Someone said, takes me back to woodshop days in high school.
Oh yeah,
my ass off.
real nice. So now we're gonna switch axes. Now I made this little nib here in the live center. It's a little. I'm
gonna step back so we get a whole view of how you set this up.
It's a little, just a little nib, little piece of sycamore. It fits into this live center. The Nova live center has interchangeable heads, so it fits right in there. It's tapered, and the idea is when I switch axes or axi or whatever. Axes. I can bring this forward and I can line it up specifically where it is, so that when I move this over to here, I can bend the tree and the tip will still be the same spot. Thus, I'll probably get the same angle.
Someone is asking, is that Lee the shopsmith?
No, this is a Nova Orion. It is a, man, what is that called? There's no belt to it. It's like the type of motor, I can't remember, but there's no belt. There's a spindle in the middle here, and the spindle runs on electricity being sent through it. So, and it kicks on even higher. So I'm using it, I take a big cut, the horsepower will kick up a little bit more so it can get through the cut instead of like bogging down like I guess a normal belt lathe would.
Someone said, whoa, turning off center, many exclamation points. I'm impressed.
Awesome. All right, so now we're just going to take this.
This is making, by the way, just for those who are joining. And someone's saying rotary question mark. Don't know what that
rotary,
means.
No, I know the DVR motor. I don't even remember what the manufacturer. I don't remember what the manufacturer, like Technitool, I think kind of owns the motor company, because if you go to the Technitool website and the motor website, they look identical. And this DVRs and all the Nova drill presses, lathes, and I think they're actually starting to get into. I saw a Rycon adapter, a Rycon bandsaw adapter where you.
Oh, we got a lot coming through. We got a lot coming through.
Oh.
Someone. Hello from Sweden.
Sweden, very nice. Hello from Happero.
Someone says I love woodworking class in high school.
Oh, you know what? I don't know why I'm doing this.
Sorry, I'm distracting.
Go ahead, keep talking. I gotta stay focused.
Our shopsmith comment person says I'm selling mine. It's a shopsmith
Mark 5. Mark
7. Ooh, if anybody's interested, has all the accessories and AI. Cool.
All right, so.
Careful not to
spinning this.
That. Oh, hilarious. Not easy to turn off center. You can say that again.
All right, so this thing has marks on it.
Someone else noticed the t-shirt.
Nice. I'm just loosening these bolts right here.
We are located in Happero, Pennsylvania, just north of Philly.
One more bolt to loosen. All
right, this is really cool to watch.
Now I'm just going to spin this. If you look closely here, there's a notch. Let me see if I can bring the light up more. It's a little notch right there with whatever that symbol is. No idea, but there's notches here. I don't know. It looks like a, maybe that means it's square, like a rectangle. Like that's dead on. I don't know. Anyways, there's marks. There's 12 marks, I believe. So I rotate this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I got to eye this up because it's there's no indentations to make it easy for you. So I got to eye it up, and then I have to try and knock out one set screw, and then it's good. Now, to be honest, I don't need it dead on. This is not a precise measurement. If the only way I would need it dead on is if I have to go back to that axis after I get off the axis, then I wouldn't absolutely need it to be dead on. Otherwise, I'm going to be removing a lot more wood, and if my plans called for a specific measurement of this, now I'll be taking off more wood, and no one likes that. And then the last step here is just to bend this inward.
Look at that turn.
Bend it inward so that this tip fits into that, that little nib right there. So for that, I have to remember which axis I started turning it on, which was this one. So I keep this one locked. I undo this, and I undo them all. There's 6 of them. There's 3 slots that are pointed and 3 slots that are flat. Now they're undone. I slide it over. I'm going to bring this forward a bit so I can kind of get it forward, not putting much pressure on it. I don't want to put any pressure on it at all. It should line up exactly, but it's not 100%. Maybe I'd move the tailstock. All right. I wonder why maybe I gotta bend it more, turn it more, or.
Someone said.
There we go.
Escoulen Chuck.
Yeah, Escoulen.
Oh, Escoulen. That's what this is.
I think it's Escoulen. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Not eccentric.
It's Essentric Escoulen. I don't know what the difference
is. Oh man, I didn't realize there was more than one name.
Lock.
I have that part you have in your hand on your left hand. It's made in Australia. Correct?
Yes, it is. Vicmarc is Australian.
Vicmarc all the way. You're correct.
That is an air nozzle, dude.
Oh, we have a curious.
Oh shit! I'm tightening the wrong one too much. I don't want to tighten up the pointed ones because then I do want to tighten up, but not crank them down because then the point's being lost, and it's kind of hard to explain. But the point goes into look how off that is. That's not right.
Oh, this guy says I have a brand new one still in the box. I got to learn how to use this thing.
Oh, stay tuned. Ask me any questions. All right. Before I lose my train of thought again, this is the one we're turning on, so that stays locked. Unlock. I gotta loosen up again because it's not meeting dead on, and I don't know why.
This is what Nick is going to be making for you all.
All right. Huh. I don't understand.
Am I on TV?
Sort of.
Yay!
All right. So
Escoulen or French. Vic is Australian. All right, there you go. We bought the Australian one.
All right. I'm gonna lock that in place.
Cool.
Lock the
Thank
spindle.
you. Greetings from South Florida. Hello. We hope you are okay.
Lock. What's up, duder?
Nothing.
Spontaneous visitor.
This one's gotta be cranked down, but the one on top can just be touched. There's two. Now that this is now one whole set, two sets are locked in, I can move the tailstock back, and that shouldn't move, and it's not moving.
California. Cool. Hello there.
Unlock.
Thank you for joining.
Little bit, crank. Little bit, crank. Little bit, and crank. All right. What's up, duder? No.
The one that you walk around carrying is right there with the orange handle between.
Oh, you left it upstairs. Yes, you did.
Want this one, Rio?
All right.
No, I put it right here, Dad.
I know. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry. You brought it upstairs by accident. All right. Before people stop watching, I don't know where it is, bro. Sorry. It's here somewhere.
Okay, I'll just put this.
Wait, don't jump on that. What's up?
Okay, just go.
Yeah. You're welcome. I wonder where I put it.
Let's not sweat it. Let's keep
Yeah.
going.
All right. So now, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So this, I'm not sure if you can see this, but you've got a ruler. So I'm gonna use this ruler and explain to you guys. You want to come down here? This like measuring tape represents essentially the line, the
Should
axis
I be on your
line.
side?
What?
Would it be better if I'm on your side of the lathe?
No. I mean, all right. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should do it over here. All right, lock it in place. All right, so essentially, this is like the center. Can you get that? Starts here. You go up. Let me lower mine. There we go. That's the center. As you can see, this side was cut already, and this side wasn't. So essentially, I'm going to be taking out this, and this, and maybe some here of this side. And that will... No, this is the same axis. No, I'm right. I'm losing my mind here. I'm looking from the other side.
Totally get you. This is what Nick is making tonight for our beautiful audience.
Yeah, this is right. I'm looking from the other side. Alright.
This type of turning is called multi-axis turning.
So I'm going to crank it down. I think I'm close.
All right, Madman, let's get going.
On. Alright, going back to the 40 here. I'm going to start here at this spot. I'm going to move my white piece over so I can see. And I'm just going to be taking out, but I'm doing very, very, very light cuts because this is towards the end. And on top of it, this whole thing is only being held on by that little bit of wood, not the entire wood. And and vice versa. In fact, this looks like a weak point right there. That looks to be the same size as this. So this amount of wood is holding on all that. So if it breaks, I bet you money it'll break right there. How to make it not break is just to go very slowly and fast. Do you hear that? The chiming? That's the wood vibrating. Now, if I was smart, which I am, I'm going to bring my tailstock up. Just for the ends here. But I got to put some wax in there, otherwise it's going to start burning. And the wax isn't perfect, so I don't want the wax to harm my my finish, but I mean I'd rather that happen than have it get burnt. So now if there's wax in there, bring this forward, lock. I'm not going to crank it to the point where it's like, what is that? What's that? Oh, tailstock, pull rest. Just a little bit. I do not want to push. If you look closely, you can see as you're pushing it in, it bends a little bit. So right there. And hopefully that will be enough. I gotta go smaller. I'm just gonna move this thing to here. Yeah, alright. Now let's see what happens if I take a cut. It's not actually turning that, which is good. Maybe I can bring it in a little bit more. Let's see if you hear that sound. Not even, I mean you do hear it, but not remotely as close. I hear something else going on. You hear that? You hear that?
That gentle tick?
Yeah. That might be that. Let me back this out. Yeah, that's what it is. It already started kind of burning. No, it didn't burn, but... Alright, so you can see as I'm pushing in, it moves up a little bit. Out, in, out. So the object is just to get it touching and not actually pushing on it. But it looks like it's going to be pushing on the outside of the nibble there. So if I'm cutting here, that's bad. It's going to be pushing it like that. It'd be nicer if the back side was on the back of that little nibble there, but it is what it is. And here. Alright, let's see where I'm at. The object is to get rid of all that flat stuff, so I have a lot to go here. And I'm hoping I don't lose this thing, because it looks like it might be a little bit too thin. Alright, I'm going to go in. Does not sound good, I don't like it. Alright, see where we're at now.
So we want to see the finished one. This is the finished one of what he's making.
Alright, looks like we got a lot of work done there, but we still have to get rid of this flat spot here and that flat spot there, so I'm going to take deeper cuts, but end at the same spot.
Someone said, good job.
Vera. My daughter Vera has come down to watch what we're doing. Oh, you came down to ask us something? What'd you come down to ask us? Go for it. Connect 4. Alright, so... Okay. So what I'm seeing is this surface right here. If I go any more into here to get rid of that, I'm going to break that. So now I have to flip it back to the other axis and cut from here in. Cut from here and end it right there. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do the rest of it. Let me see. If I cut here, I can probably cut here and go in. I might be able to get all this flat spot right here. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
So someone said should have started at the thickest part, less likely for it to break from pressure as it goes down.
So if you start at the thickest spot, what I noticed is that you are actually more susceptible to losing it, because you want to keep the base, the bulk of all your, you want to keep the absolute most weight towards the end. If you started here and made this very, very thin, well, then up here will be very thick, and the moment I get up here, all this weight up here being supported by a very, very small amount is going to make it pop off. So contrary to popular belief, unless he's saying something that I'm not getting, but you definitely want to start with the smaller, the thinner side away from the tailstock. Be careful, I don't want to make that any thinner.
This person says, I see, thanks for the clarification. Someone else said there's more material on a lever if you do the base first.
More material on the lever. What's the lever?
On a lever. I don't know. I don't understand that sentence.
Lever will be maybe...
Someone said start at the smallest end, period.
That's what I'm doing right here.
Yeah, no, I think they're just, these are just the comments flowing.
Okay.
I think someone is on your side saying that.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to go in again, try and get rid of a little bit more. But I have to end here. I can't make that any thinner. So I'm going to start here and squeeze my way in, all while trying not to touch this side.
It has more leverage on the base. Yes, that's correct.
All right. No, I don't want to touch it. All right, so now I have to take that away from their side as well. So I will eventually have to switch up this axis. All right, now I'm going to take the bulk out of here in the middle. Going back to 40. All while being careful not to break it. All right, see where we're at. We got a lot to go. I'm going to switch over to 30 degree, half inch, whatever this is.
This is sycamore that Nick is turning.
Got to get deeper in here. So switch it out, push it in, switch, pull it out. Got to go soft though. That sound is killing me. That is absolutely the sound of the wood vibrating. Probably right here. It's not a good sign. You do not want to hear that, but it is inevitable here. I just have to take light cuts so that it does not break. Once they get down closer to the meat of the project, meaning towards the headstock, that sound will go away. But this is a very far off the headstock with no no tailstock support. That's too close.
Someone asked, what's the hardest wood to work with?
Vero wood!
Really?
No, I mean, depends. I mean, obviously probably the most densest wood because it beats up your tools. It'll beat up your tools and you have to sharpen a heck of a lot, and you may take too big of a cut, and since it's so big and since it's so dense, it may just blow out. Hardest wood. I mean, you don't want a loose-grained species like oak, generally speaking. I mean, you can turn oak, that's no big deal, but I mean, since it's so loose-grained, the glue, essentially, that holds the fibers together in between them is very loose, especially if the tree comes down in the summertime or the springtime, when there is a ton of living going on in the tree. Those fibers will be very wet and very loose. You can always try and dry it, which they'll dry, but it's always better to harvest a tree in the fall when when it starts to hibernate, I guess you could say. I don't know what the term is for that, or in the winter time.
Someone said sycamore. I thought you were challenging yourself.
Yeah, well, I got a bunch of free sycamore that I'm trying to use up. Why don't you go show them all the sycamore we have down there? where we're at. All right, so we got a little surface here still. So I think if I can either go thinner.
Someone says you use a Tormek T8 to sharpen your chisel.
No, it's a Wolverine jig with a slow speed Rikon. Where are we? Shit, I already lost it. Stop it. Right there. Okay.
Someone suggested you do this in ironwood.
Yeah, that would not be pleasant.
Sycamore is very dusty. I do agree. What about ash?
I mean, ash is fine. It's just not what I like to turn because of how loose-grained it is, and also it's very hard. Hardwood is never fun to turn because you get frustrated. Your tool vibrates way more. You got to sharpen a lot more. So if you're doing like an ash or like an ironwood, geez, I mean, well, more power to you. Do an ironwood, but it probably will not be a pleasurable experience,
like
and you
lives
probably
up to
will.
its name.
Yeah, literally. All right, so I'm looking at this. I think I have to go again at the other axis here because of the fact that I can't go. I could go thinner actually. Can I go thinner? Yeah, let me try and go thinner here. Yeah, I can go thinner. I'm gonna go back to the 30, see if I can get my gouge in there, and I can get it by very nicely. Okay. Let's see how sharp we are. Soon. All right, start up top, bring it down. Again. Right now, I'm just trying to take out the middle area, trying to get that middle part skinnier. And once I have it skinnier, then I will line up the points from the tip to the middle. All right, now I'm going to see where it's at, how skinny it is. I want this to be a little bit skinnier than this, to be a little bit skinnier than this. So as we're going down, it'd be nice if each point was gradually bigger than the previous model, than the previous whatever you call this thing. Okay, take it a little more in the middle here. There we go. I can tell it's starting to get dull. That it's not cutting as easy. It's not difficult to cut because they're such small cuts, but I can tell it's just not as pleasurable to cut this. Now I can't even get a nice starting angle there. There we go. Too many bumps here. And I really should sharpen because with these light cuts, you do not want anything not sharp because if you're pushing too hard on wood, there's a reason. And this is so skinny of wood that it'll break off easily. So I want to go sharpen this real quick. That's about as far down as I can go. Again, I'm going to have to switch to the other axis. Let's go sharpen this, and I'll be right back. You're going to pull this out. I'm looking for a 30.
So here's our grinder, Rikon. And Nick has an angle gauge too. Man, that hair's all in the way.
Yeah, no, I gotta get that hair bun thing somebody recommended. As I was turning yesterday, it was here. I mean, it's not on the lathe, but I think I have the thing over there. She could probably get it. So
it's just, so far we're just making art. Nothing that's functioning.
Got a bump, I just bumped it by accident. On the other side. So watch my left hand, I don't bump it into the other wheel.
Your hair is about to hit the wheel though.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you for the warning. I'm gonna go get my hair bun.
Spindle gouge, yes, that's correct.
No, not that one, that's the special one.
Can I use it
Here's
on the stairs?
an example
You
of
can go to the stairs.
a piece of multi-axis spindle that I made earlier today for live viewers.
No,
It's the same basic concept.
Hey, just don't like.
Thanks for your patience, everybody. Here is an example of what Nick is making tonight. So this piece in progress will be looking like this piece.
My hair is tied back.
All right.
All right, start her up, and we're gonna try. And what are we doing again? I forget. The middle piece here. I'm gonna move this over here so we can go again. All right, so that right there. Now I think I can take a little bit bigger of a cut, just a little bit, not much, because I'm closer to the tailstock. I'm sorry, I'm closer to the headstock, and as you can hear, you don't hear that vibration anymore. I'm not taking big cuts still, but I'm a little more confident. I don't have to go so slowly. Whoa! That, you know what that was? Oh, it wasn't much. It was a little piece. Damn, you second more. Rosario, stop, man. What are you trying to do? No, that's a good one. Bria, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Use that big one. The big one on the bottom, right by the, no, that big one, yeah! All right.
Someone said, what RPM is that running at?
Now it's 1680. Oh, hear that? That was good. Oh, there it is again. There it is. Yes, in case you're just joining us, that sound is not good. It is the sound of wood, of too big of a cut being taken so far off the headstock by a piece of wood that's very thin. Now, of course, the whole thing is not thin at all, but there are thin sections which are making it vibrate back and forth. Okay, start again. Almost like it's pulling it in. Almost like slowing down the gouge from going in. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna one more cut, and I'm gonna see where we're at. All right. Yeah, that big that's gonna be a problem. That tear out. I think it's because my gouge wasn't sharpened. I even mentioned I should sharpen this soon, and I didn't even sharpen. I switched gouges, and had I sharpened it, that probably would not have happened. That just means we have to take more out going this way. So let me actually do that right now. Where is it? There it is. On. Did I get it? Yep, there's a little bit there, so I'm going to go a little bit more just to get that spot. Okay. Looks a little cleaner. If I were a professional, I would have gotten that done right away, and probably wouldn't have forgotten to sharpen it. So now we're going to try and make this middle part here a little bit thinner. What I was just working on, same thing. Thinner again. Now I'm going to stop it just to see how thin it is right now. So remember, I want the axes where they connect to gradually go down. And as you can still see, it's very, very wide. So I have some more to go down here.
For those who are joining, Nick is making a multi-axis tree designed for colonnade using the Vicmarc Essentric
Missed it. Come on now, get down. I saw it. We'll make another one. The wood was free. The break.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go back together. We'll only use it just to show people.
I'm so sad.
Well, show them what you did.
I dropped it.
Alright, it's just a little bit thinner now. I'm going to use the 25. Take very, very light cuts. My bevel keeps rubbing. I keep losing the cut. Close the flute. Alright. Now this side. I lost the cut. Try again. Vibrating a lot here. Not good. Alright, I'm going to push it all the way in. Come on. Put the cut. Where's the cut at? There we go. And then we're going to close the flute. Alright, now, are we close to thinness? Yeah. A little bit more. I'm sorry, everybody. Actually, I'm going to take off here. Take off that flat spot right there. So I'm going to take off the leaf completely a lot.
Someone said this is a camshaft for an alien UFO. And someone said it would be perfect on their work test. And Trash Beard says, well, I think I find my new addiction. And then someone said, why make something that breaks so easily?
Why not?
I gotta get the battery.
Okay.
Charger.
Yo. Good. Beth?
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm going to go sharpen this real quick. This is the 40. So this is set up to cut the 35. Just going to pull it out. 40. There's a spot I have. The marks exactly where the 40 is. It's in pencil. It's kind of hard to see, but I got it. This was originally designed to sharpen my 40-40. Which is what I use to turn holes in. Let's bring it up to speed. I'll be done here. I'll be here in a second.
I know, but I really want to shorten the course.
Here's the purple one we have. I mean, an orange one. But it's like 3 inches. Here you go.
That might be too short.
Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Turn it on, back to 1680. Then we'll start taking cuts again. Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah, the kids are fine.
They have no electronics, so they're bored. School night. But what time is it, you know?
8:02.
Well, we're usually watching baseball by now. And my team, or I guess you could say our team, the Braves, are in second place in a very close, tight race with the Mets. In fact, they're playing the Mets this weekend. It's going to be insane. But I think I also need to take some stuff off out of here, maybe. At the same time. Yeah, I'm going to take some stuff out of here as well. Because of the fact that I can't get my gouge. I can't get my gouge in here because this thing is so big. So I'm going to take this down a bit. going to see where I'm at. Alright. That stinks. But it is what it is. Boot it up. Boot. Boot. Brakes. I gotta wait for the brakes to disengage. Alright, disengaged. On. This motor is, I think we were talking about it earlier. It's really cool. Besides the fact that it turns up power to your work should you start taking heavy cuts and it can't keep up. It just increases the once it increases the horsepower, it tries to increase the speed temporarily while you're making that heavy cut. I have it set up to 220, so it is 2 horsepower. No, I don't need any of that for this. I can do this with the Delta behind me. Is that Delta? Yeah, that very cheap, crappy Delta behind me. I'm mad at that. I mean, I got it for $200 with a one-way chuck. So I'm not mad because the one-way chuck is by itself, worth $200 easily. It came with the stands, and it came with some accessories. Not much, but the big thing is that the actual spindle, the spindle itself, where in the headstock, isn't perfectly true. And it's only not perfectly true right around where the threading is. So the Morris taper is dead true, but the actual threading on the outside, so if I put a chuck on it, essentially that chuck is going to run out of true. So if I try to work on that chuck and then bring it to here, and then bring it back to that chuck, I'm going to be removing a lot of unnecessary wood. So I just use that for pens, really. Oh, I have a pen due. I forgot. Pen sale I gotta knock out.
Well, luckily I got it half started for you.
That is correct. Lucky I am. Now, momentarily, after I'm done this, I'm going to take the middle part out, and then we're going to go upstairs because our kids need some attention. And I kind of want to I don't want to miss the braid game. This I can probably take a lot heavier cuts. I'm not going to, but I could because of how close it is to the tailstock. Man, my pinky is freaking me out. So close to that. Alright, now we're as far as that gouge can go. I'm going to go to 30 now. Go deeper in here. Flip it. Go in. Flip it. Go in. Flip it. Now I'm going to compare.
Someone just said it's fine. You can miss the Braves. Just assume they lost as usual.
I'm not sure what that guy's on.
Someone doesn't watch baseball.
No.
Clearly.
Well, I mean, clearly.
Or maybe they're a Mets fan.
Yeah, probably. That'd be funny if they were a Mets fan. All right. Going down. Trying to get this side flat. I'm not cutting, I'm hitting the bevel, which is not good. I just raised my gouge.
Yep.
In, close it. Alright. That's pretty flat. So now I'm going to try and take out this side, make that side flat. Brake, disengage please, thank you. On. The only downside about this is that when you turn it off, you have to wait for it to stop all the way before it can rev back up again. Sometimes you just want to turn off the lathe and turn it back on quickly, but it won't turn back on until it comes to a complete stop. Now that's not the same with when you're dealing with a big heavy blank, like a big heavy bolt. It'll allow you to turn it on halfway through, because that takes a lot of energy for those big holes to stop completely. And the brake system isn't enough to actually stop those things. So whenever I have to stop the lathe, I have to be impatient and say, come on! And I want it to turn off. My pinky is so close to that right now. Pull it back.
Alright, let's not lose a digit live.
Alright, we're looking good. I just gotta get rid of this now and this and then make the base for it. So for that, it's gonna be challenging because I have to get in between the base and that tip right there in order to get that. So I have to like insert into this weird space that's not really supposed to be entered into and then cut and this open it up a little bit. Come on, too much. Yeah, too much. Maybe just scrape at it. Alright, now let's make sure I got it. It's gonna look terrible, so don't. Oh. Okay. Well, I didn't get that off, which is what I was trying to do.
Doesn't surprise though, okay.
Let's see what happens. Ooh. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough because that'll be a little easier. Gotta get in this small area here. I got more of it off, but now there's little marks right here. I gotta get rid of that. I gotta go up. I think I might have to decrease the size of that middle part. So I'm gonna try my best to cut only this and not this big base right here. Yes, I'm taking a lot off. That's what my intentions were. Alright, let's see where we're at. Ooh, a lot better. Almost completely gone. And on top of that, I have more surface here. Make it look cooler. So now I gotta go here and there. Nope. Come on. There we go. It's not very safe, guys. I'm on my tiptoes trying to get over top of this thing so I can see down. All right. Looks a little better. I still have that spot right there, that little arc. I want to get rid of that. And I'll do that real quick. Sure, I went all the way. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Alright. Pretty good. Now from here, I am going to bring it back to the other side and do that real quick. Wait, can I? Yes, I can. And I will do that very, very quickly before. So the kids are not feeling unwanted completely. Do that.
Our Mets fan says, looks like a bunch of aliens got high and started playing Jenga. This is what Nick is creating.
Spin it back to the original axis.
Come on, focus. Focus.
Alright, it's there. I think it's there. Is it there? A little bit more. Just a little bit. It's so hard to line this up because it's all freehand. Alright. Lock. Lock. Now I have to unlock. Find that one right there. Keep that one in. Unlock this. Unlock that one. Unlock this one. Unlock. Unlock.
Come on, Rick.
And then, nope, more unlock. Slide it. Come on. Why aren't you sliding? Why aren't you moving? There we go. So line it up again and bring the tailstock in just to get it lined up in that little pivot. There we go. Then I'm going to crank. Let's crank right. Yeah, let's crank. And crank this one. And move this back because that's enough to keep that stable. Then I'm going to kiss this one, crank this one, kiss this one, crank this one, and that should be cranked all the way down now. Now I'm going to spin it, and it should run true, hopefully, to the other axis. And it's not perfectly true at all. You can see how wobbly that is. And the surfaces, that's why the surfaces over here aren't lining up completely true. Wait, not that one. Where's this one? Like, this is the high spot. So I may end up screwing this up. So, yeah, like I said, it's practice.
No.
Alright, bring this in. Turn it up. Back up to 17, I think we had it at 1770. On. It's really bad. Just did the wrong side completely.
Been there, done that.
Yep. You know what? Screw it. Can't see this. I'm just going to take this off right now. I'm going to recenter it, and then we'll go upstairs. Pull it out. No, not that one. No, not that one. Crank that one down still.
This is sycamore that he is turning.
Loose, 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 loose. All right. Then we have to move the whole thing forward, so we're going to loosen up these bolts here. And we are going to pull it towards us. So there's a little gauge right here that tells me how close to center we are. I think that is the right spot. It has to be, I mean, I want it to be as close as possible, and that looks good enough. So I'm going to hand tighten this just for right now. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. And then I'm going to crank it. Now I'm hoping this is going to be on center. Actually, it doesn't really matter if it's not on center, because all I'm doing is the base. And then I have to move this thing towards me. That's with the big one. That's with this one. Loosen this one up. And I just have to... Oh, that's right. With the when you're centered, there's 3 center pins that keep it centered for you, so you don't really have to do any math. Forgot about that. Pin, crank it, then crank the flat set screws. Crank.
Looks like you're rushing. You don't want to make a mistake. If you stop now, you'll be
practice.
just in time for
the trick is,
4 to lose.
If I spin this, if I spin this, I can see it's a little bit off.
Someone's
Take a look.
Scared.
Take a look. It's not perfectly centered. This thing goes moving up and down, which tells me that it's not centered on that point. So I'm quickly going to unloosen this.
Someone said, I love the look of it, and I also love the shirt. Keep it going. You're amazing.
Awesome, awesome, guys. Thank you very, very much.
Someone sent a rose.
Where are we?
2 roses. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And we're going to move this back. So over here, there's a little bit of a, just a little hex screw that that set screw, I put plus and minus. I literally have to move it minus like just a little itty bitty bit. So I'm going to twist it maybe half turn. Yep, that's hopefully it.
Making trees like these.
I'm going to crank it down. I'm going to crank down 1 only, and then I'm going to turn it, just spin it and see what happens. That's still off. So now I'm going to try and figure out which side's off, which side's closer, which side's not closer. That's farther. So it has to come closer towards me. So I'm going to uncrank this. And I'm going to go back in here again and move it a little bit closer to me. Crank it down.
It's called multi-axis turning.
Spin this.
Not impossible.
Not dead on, but close enough. And now I'm going to crank down both sides. Now this chuck is freaking cool. And if I hold it, say, right here, watch what happens. it spins. So if I hold it right here, watch what happens. It continually wants to go down because on the back there's actual weights. There are weights on the back to help you keep balance and turn quickly when you are turning off center. So I have to get my fabricated spanner wrench because it didn't come with one. Now I don't know where it is. See a black wrench anywhere?
Black wrench. Sorry, just the cameraman.
Well,
Wow, thanks for the roses. Oh my gosh, that was very kind of you. Maybe we have a fan of wood turning here. Or a fan of multi-axis turning.
I mean, it must have fallen.
Oh, the really big flat one.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It was. Yeah.
It's not magnetized to anything?
Magnetized. It may be magnetized. Is it magnetized? I don't see anything magnetized. Should we pull the kids down here and have them look for it?
That's up to you.
Ugh.
Let's take a little tour. These are great. This is a tool caddy mixed with built. We're going to use it for this, right?
Yeah.
Is it in the box? No.
It wouldn't be anywhere else but here. Alright, maybe I can take it off with my hands. What do you think?
Yeah, with your hands. Do it with your hands.
Ugh. Nothing for me to grab. Got it.
Nice.
Unscrew it just a little bit. And then behind here...
Is it under the sawdust? Most likely.
I'm not worried about it right now.
That's when we send our kids down and we say whoever finds it first gets $1.
No, it gets tablet time.
Oh.
And then unlock it, move it back to center. So there's little bitty points on here. I'll move it so you can see this one. There's a set screw right here in the middle. Where is it? Show me. And I unlock it and I move it to that notch. I move this notch to that notch. Is that center? I can't see.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I can't see either.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I can't see that well in there.
Oh yeah, we're on. Come on, get in there. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Very tidy. Alright.
He has object performance as well. I put something down and never see it again. I guess that happens to the best of us.
Alright, now one last cut. See, unlock. Turn. Alright, I'm going to use the 40-degree. And I'm just going to make a little base for this thing. Where I'm at first before I do that. Here, okay. Before I do that, I am going to make a flat base like this. Too far. Let me move it closer. So I'm trying to get to the actual wood. I don't want to go too far and mess that tip. So I got a while actually.
Yes, it is most definitely a GoldenEye t-shirt.
No, it's not GoldenEye.
Yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was the next one. No, it's GoldenEye. I'm sorry. They made another
You're
one,
thinking
Perfect
of way
Dark.
too many things. Oh, you're thinking of Perfect Dark.
I thought it was Perfect Dark. I haven't played those games in a while.
They're re-releasing it for Xbox.
Yeah, I heard. We tried playing it.
Yeah, it's definitely just you. It's not someone brought some friends.
We tried playing it. Remember that? Like back when we lived in South Philly.
Oh yeah.
We brought the 64 home. We played one time. We're like, this is not as fun.
It sucks.
All right, so I'm gonna make a little base here. Just gonna make this smaller.
Bolt and
see
I
how
for
far.
sure. We got a 90s baby in the house. They know what they talking about.
Alright. I'm gonna make the here we go. Ooh, catch him. Top blade. I'm also pushing very hard on this, right, to get a big cut and get it done because I'm in a rush. I should never be in a rush, but this is probably one of the safest ways to turn. All right, then I'm gonna take a parting tool. Parting. Heated pretty good. Take some out here, but I'm not going to cut straight. I'm going to cut in with the 16th inch parting tool, so I don't burn. The tool up. I only need a 16th inch. Where's the 16th?
Magnetized.
Scanning. Another tool that we lost. Here we go.
Oh, it's magnetized
right.
to the pole.
So I'm not going in straight. I'm going in at an angle so I can hopefully make a little indentation on the top here. I want to take out this. Now it's getting very, very thin. So any real big cut will just bounce it right off. The object is to get it as thin as possible to the surface so that a little chisel can take off the nib. I'm going to spin it and take my hand here and start cutting now. It'll come off any second. There we go.
Ta-da!
Without any standing. And of course I didn't do up there because I'm like, let's just get it over with. I have some learning to do up here, definitely, but the rest of it, and also I can tell I should have attacked that and this from the other axis, but I didn't because the kids are upstairs wanting to watch baseball with us. So I'm gonna end this if that's okay with you.
Thank you for joining. Hopefully we catch you next time for more multi-axis turning here at Valenzawood.
Get that nib off real quick.
Someone said it looks good, bro.
Awesome sauce. Now that it's gone, now it should stand level. There we go. Turn off fans.
Thanks, everyone. I should be turning some more multi-axis tomorrow, practicing. No. I'm going to be practicing more of this tomorrow in my own way, at my own time. Hopefully you guys can come back then, maybe between, I'd say, 10 and 2. East Coast time. All right, let's watch some baseball.